All right, so first things first, I want to start this video by adding some context. So this man right here, hopefully on screen, if I can figure out how to put his face on screen. This is Ken, and he's just now started playing Elden Ring. I'd say just now, I think it was like 2-ish months ago or something like that. He started playing. Now, Elden Ring is one of my favorite games. I would think that the hours that I have in it, I think I'm about 870 at the time of starting the recording. I have about that many hours. So I really want to help him figure out how to play this game because, as we clearly have seen, he's definitely not the best.
Yeah, you like that from behind? Oh shit, bro. Let's fucking go, you little twat. I'm fucking better this time though. Alright, let's go. Let's have a real fight. Oh! What the fuck?
And I mean, I was there for all of the Subnautica gameplay. Great gameplay, by the way, if you're watching this, Ken. That was just phenomenal. Loved every single video. Looked forward to it every single day. Anyway, I am making this guide for him in an attempt to help him hopefully start the game and hopefully finish said game. So again, first things first, I'm making this video for that specific person. Anyone is welcome to watch it. It's a public video, but again, it's for Ken. As you can see in the bottom right hand corner, I am playing in this seamless co-op version of Elden Ring. That is not going to affect any sort of gameplay. That only allows me to play with other people, which will not be shown in this video. I'm definitely not the best player, nor do I claim to know everything about Elden Ring. Again, I have about 870 hours in the game at this time of recording. So I just want to show him how to get started because I had never played a Souls-like game. So I really just want to get him into it. It's a beautiful, incredible game to experience. So I really do hope that he is able to play it and start it. And hopefully this intro hasn't been too rambling. Um, so we're going to go ahead and get started. All right, so these are probably all going to be recorded out of order and kind of just mushed together. I'm going based off of a list that I currently have. And if I think of any more along the way, I will add them to said list. I started out as Wretch, that way I'm just matching what Ken started out at. I don't want to, you know, tell him to restart when I don't think he needs to. I think he's got this. He's gonna absolutely ace this game. This is the level up screen. So as you can see, I'm currently level 3. I do have some runes. I just defeated one of the first bosses in the initial area. So currently I'm level 3. Um, that's again shown up here at the top. This is my current level and this is the level that I would be going to. So if I change this, that ups my stat, and this will change me to rune level 4 is what it's called. This is my current runes held, and this is how much I'm going to have after I level up. So obviously I can level up multiple times as this is the cost to up my level. These are my base stats. Again, the stats on the left is going to be what I currently am at, and the stats on the right is what I'm going to be going to. So again, if I up my vigor by 1 point, so going from 12 to 13, I would be at 455, and now I am at 476 if I confirm that level up. Each stat is going to impact something. I will go over those in a separate part, but again, each one of those is affecting something else. So just kind of keep that in mind when you are leveling up. It's definitely a good thing to pay attention to. So vigor, as you're aware, that is going to affect your HP or your hit points, just how much damage you can take. It is also going to affect your overall defensive capabilities for every single stat. Pretty much every single time you level up, it is going to raise those defenses. So I'm going to be at 75 physical resistance, and then I would be at 77 physical resistance. I would recommend finding a different video about explaining how that works if you're curious about the math. For me and my playthroughs, it never really became that much of a difference. All you know, bigger number equals better, right? Mind, this is going to affect also those defense power stats in the top right hand corner. it is also going to impact your amount of FP. So that's going to be your blue bar. Your blue bar is going to affect spell casting using Ashes of War, and I believe that's pretty much it. So if you don't use a lot of Ashes of War and you don't cast spells, not really the biggest stat to invest in. Oh, sorry, it is also going to be summoning spirits. So some spirits are going to say that you need to have at least 100 FP to be able to summon that spirit. So if you're wanting to use spirit summons, FP would be something you would want to invest in. Endurance. Endurance is going to be affecting that green bar, just how many times you can attack, roll, um, and how much you can carry. As you can see, it is affecting my maximum equip load. So this is again what I'm starting at. This is what I'm going to be at. Anytime you equip anything, whether it's armor, whether it's another weapon in your weapon swap or your hotbar, I guess you could call it. That's going to affect your maximum equip load. So if you're carrying a lot of heavy stuff, you're going to want a higher equip load. That way you're not doing what's called fat rolling, which I'll explain later. The next stat on the list is going to be your strength stat. So as you can see, this is affecting all of those defense power stats, and then it's also affecting my attack power. So my right hand armament 1, that's going to be in the hotbar, the first weapon that I have in that slot, because you can have 3 weapons in that slot. So that's why it's right armament 1, 2, and 3, and then on the left side you can also have them. So again, currently my attack power is 121. And then if we change this to up 1 level, it's taking me from 121 to 123. So that's just going to be, um, I'm assuming my base damage. Again, not 100% sure how it works, but again, higher number is always better. Dexterity is going to be a similar stat with strength. It also affects those defense power stats, as we can see. If you do notice, though, dexterity is not affecting anything else. Now, in Elden Ring, there's multiple kinds of weapons, and they all scale from a different stat, which we'll cover again in a different part. Um, Strength weapons, dexterity weapons, intelligence weapons, faith weapons, and arcane weapons. Some of them even require multiple stats. Again, dexterity would be affecting this right armament, or if I had one in my left hand, then it would be doing the same thing. But again, the weapon that I have, which is the base club, is not being affected by dexterity. Intelligence, again, kind of like similar to dexterity, as I don't have any intelligence scaling weapons, it's not going to show much difference. It's just impacting the defense power. Same thing with faith. Same thing with Arcane. Although Arcane does do one additional thing. As you can see, it's affecting my body stats. It's upping my vitality, which is, these are going to be my resistances to specific, whether diseases or hemorrhaging or all those different things, which I'll also cover later. The bigger thing though is it's affecting your discovery. So this is going to be how often you get drops from enemies. So whether an enemy is dropping their armor, their weapon, whatever is unique to them, the higher that is, the higher chance you have of getting something from them. All right, so the next thing that we are going to explain here is going to be flasks. As you know, you have two different kinds of flasks. You have the red flasks, or the, I believe it's crimson tears, or the blue flasks, the cerulean tears. The red flask or the crimson flask is going to replenish your HP. The blue flask or the cerulean flask is going to replenish your FP. So you can find across the map these things called golden seeds. These golden seeds allow you to add a charge to your flask. As it says here, use 1 golden seed to increase your number of flask uses. You can also increase the amount that they replenish, but you need another item called a sacred tear. The biggest thing though is allocating your flasks. Now, each class, each person is going to have a different amount of flasks normally, and I would recommend this for you, Ken. As you're starting at Wretch, you're probably not really going to be using your Ashes of War, which is all you can use that blue bar for beyond summoning. So I'd recommend changing it so you can have all the red flasks because you're probably going to be taking a lot of hits when you first start. Obviously, it's your playthrough. You can choose to do whatever you want. So if you want to keep one blue one, absolutely do that. Moving on, we are going to go ahead and investigate the pouch over here. So the pouch, as you stated in your previous video.
From pouch in the main menu, you can equip 6 items to your pouches. Each of those items can be used without opening the main menu. Ah, I see. So I can put items in like a quick menu here. And that is in the bottom left. Oh, accidentally healed.
It is basically quick access. So this is going to allow you to quickly access anything that you might need at a moment's notice. So again, to equip something into your flask, you're going to go ahead, open your inventory. You're going to go over here, bottom right hand corner, it says use, close, remove, or switch. So if I wanted to select an item, say I wanted to put my steed whistle there, I'd go ahead and click that. That little symbol is going to appear. Now it is in my pouch along with the other items that I have. Then to use it, it might be a different keybind for you. For me, I hold down E and then I just use the up arrow to activate it. So now I have my horse and I didn't have to go into my inventory. But the next thing I'm going to cover out here next to Mr. Big Bad Tree Sentinel is going to be the combat system. So this combat system uses the dodge roll mechanic. So this mechanic, anytime I roll, I get a certain amount of iframes. Now my iframes are based off of my equip load. Down here in the bottom right hand corner says equip load. I'm carrying 4.1 pounds out of 48.2 pounds. That makes me light load. So that means I have the most iframes, also called immunity frames or invincibility frames. People call them all sorts of things. But all you got to know is that when you roll, you cannot be hit. Each different equip load affects how much you can roll, how far you roll, and how many iframes you get. So again, with me being light load right now, I roll the farthest and have the most iframes. So we're going to go ahead and try it out against Mr. Tree Sentinel here. So I can roll through his attacks and he will not hit me. Even if it looks like it's going to. Again, I'm rolling, which is allowing me to dodge his hits. Which again, this is the entirety pretty much of the combat system. You just want to basically be calm and focus. And you don't want to spam it, because if you spam it, oh, I got hit. If you spam it, you're going to throw yourself out of rhythm. And once you're out of rhythm, you're going to die. Now that you've died, right, in the bottom right hand corner, you can see my runes. I had 2,671 runes. Once I die and I reload back into the world, I'm going to lose my runes. If I went and I died again, that 2,671 runes is now gone forever. Obviously, I don't want that to happen because I like those runes, because as you know, you use runes to buy items and level up. And leveling up is very important. So on the top, there's a compass, north, east, south, west. And if I follow it, it'll show me where my runes are. And then I can retrieve my lost runes, and then I'm good to go. All right, so we are going to go ahead and do a test little run here against Mr. Tree Sentinel. I'm going to cover all the different kinds of attacks that there are, as well as kind of just a quick demonstration on how the combat system works. So obviously, if I just click, I do a basic light attack. Each different weapon has a chain that they do. I believe the club has 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, oh, 5. So on that 5th attack, notice how the attack pattern is different. It does a little bit of a longer attack, so sometimes going for that last attack, while it does more damage, it can actually cost you the ability to roll away from your opponent. The next attack we're going to be looking at is the heavy attack. For me, my heavy attack, or the way I activate it, is holding down shift and then I click, and that does the heavy attack. That heavy attack is great for staggering enemies. It is also great for just doing a lot of damage. So again, that is the heavy attack. And you can let it go early. Sometimes it's better to just do it quick like that, or you can charge it up for the full effect. Most heavy attack chains are going to be 2. Again, there's 2 animations for this one. The next attack is going to be the jump attack. So the jump attack, similar to the heavy, is going to be involving that shift or whatever button you use to do your heavy attack. You are going to jump at the same time and attack. So this is what it looks like if you're doing it wrong. This is what it looks like if you're doing a jump attack. This is a smithing table that you have access to early game. As you know, you can strengthen your armament. Here's how many smithing stones you need to upgrade it. Currently, my club is a +1 club, so it's just been leveled up 1 time with these smithing stones. If I were to level it up again, it would take my damage, my base damage, from 103 to 108, and I'm adding 20 from my modifier. So again, if we look down here, here is the attribute scaling. So in strength, this has a C tier. In intelligence, it's nothing. Arcane, it's nothing. Dexterity, it's nothing. And faith, it is nothing. So again, that means I don't need those stats to wield this weapon to its fullest potential. The required stat is going to be strength 10. So as long as I have a strength of 10, I am able to wield this weapon. So to use my Ash of War, I have it bound to my middle mouse button. So when I click that, that is going to use that Ash of War. As you can see, nothing seems to really change, but Barbaric Roar actually affects your strong attack or your heavy attack. As you can see, when Barbaric Roar is activated, instead of doing 103 plus 18, I'm now doing 103 plus 29. So it is giving me a small weapon buff, as you can see as well. It is buffing my defenses and buffing my attack power. So it is a slight timed buff. Now, a key part of combat that we have not discussed is going to be stealth as well as endurance or your stamina bar. So when an enemy spots you, it is going to start using that stamina bar. So the green bar, as you can see, anytime I dodge, it is using that stamina bar. So if I keep spamming it, eventually I'm going to run out. I'm not going to be able to dodge anymore. So that's why it's bad to just spam roll or spam dodge. So you're going to run out of stamina and not be able to attack. Everything I do in combat is going to use that stamina. Each thing, each attack or each dodge, everything that I do in combat is going to use a level of that stamina. Even using an Ash of War that just buffs me is going to use that stamina. A key part of combat is going to be stealth, especially in the open world. Stealth is such a vital and important part of what you do. So each enemy has a different animation for when they spot you. So you can just kind of crouch and walk up to him. See, he has not spotted me. Even though I am right next to him, I can walk around. I can, make noise. I could jump. I guess I can't jump. I guess he found me. So obviously one thing you would want to do is to sneak up on those enemies and get that free backstab in. That backstab is going to do massive damage to them and allow you to gain the upper hand. This glowing white dot that appears over some enemies means that I have gained loot, or I've been able to take something off of their body. So in this case, I got bolts. In other cases, it could be armor, it could be consumables, it could be throwables, it could be a weapon. As you can see, I currently have a symbol in the left-hand corner of my screen, that little tombstone. And then if I go back this way, it disappears. That tombstone means that I can summon in this area. So if I have a summon that I use, it will allow me to summon them. I'm not able to summon them in other locations. So now I have my spirit summon here, ready to help me in whatever comes next. Also, these skulls, if you break them and they're glowing, they have a free rune in them. And with that, that is all I do have for you, Ken. I do appreciate you watching. This list I used, it was compiled from the helpful comments in your videos, as well as the videos themselves. Again, this video was made specifically for Ken. If Ken has made it this far, I do appreciate you watching and hope to see some Elden Ring content once you get back from your trip. If anyone can think of any other tips about the video or about Elden Ring in general, anything else that I should tell Ken or put into another video for him, please include them in the comments. That way I can continue to help them out, and I can include those comments in the next video as well, as unfortunately I wasn't able to find the comments that I had previously found. But again, thank you all for watching. You guys have a good night.